Hi, everyone. It's Lindsey Baker. I'm here with Colby Steiner on the phone. She's right here with us. And Diana Munoz from Gentle Giants. We have a very important message. Apparently, there's an urgent matter that's been going on, and Diana wants to get everyone to see what really is happening. Now, she posts a lot of stuff on Instagram. We see all the wonderful animals that they've saved. They've been so effective in their work, not only with animals, but also with people. But there are so many more that are suffering, and they get word every day, letters every day, emails begging them to help so many. And that's what this show's about. Diana and Colby, thanks for being here. Tell us what's going on. I don't know who wants to go first. Diana?
Yes, thank you so much again for having us. It's really wonderful to be with you every time we are on. We enjoy you know,
Likewise.
our time with you, and it's wonderful. So thank you. Yes, well, Lindsay, this interview or this show is actually to talk about what the situation the elephants now are enduring in Thailand. We have been with COVID for now 18 months, and Gentle Giants has been helping uh, in any way we have been asked to help. And every day, like you just mentioned, we are bombarded with please help us. Not only the people from Thailand, but we are tagged in numerous posts, and even our sponsors and our donors and our followers. They ask us for help. They are continuously telling us, "Can you please help this baby or that family or whatever?" And this show, we want to tell you that we would love to, but of course, the only reason we can't help everyone is because of funds. So I want to tell everyone every day we post and we share the beautiful things that we've been able to accomplish thanks to the amazing family, Gentle Giants family we have. Amazing people who stand by us and walk with us and are on this journey with us. But we also want to remind people there are many ways to support us so that we can help more elephants. Because since COVID started, people didn't understand it was going to be this long, that it was going to stay for so long and affect so many. And, many of the elephants have been literally chained in place since COVID began. And
Oh,
many of them are just wasting away, starving. They are under the elements. And many of the babies are being born at this time because about 2 years ago, many of them were, being force fed, and now 18 months later, this is more or less when all the mothers are giving birth, and the babies are starting also to suffer and die of starvation. If the mother is not well fed, if the mother doesn't receive any, you know, good food, well, she can't breastfeed her
right.
baby.
Let's just unwrap you're giving us a lot, and let's just unwrap each little piece of that a little bit more. Um,
Absolutely.
the first thing that comes to mind to me is, why isn't the government taking action on this? Why is it that this sort of an atrocity, where it's clear to everyone that can see it, having elephants chained? I mean, how can that go on, and why do they just not make any moves to make that, to change that?
Well, I really can't speak for the government. I don't know why they're not doing anything in
Have
regards
you
to
guys
this.
been, you guys have tried to reach out, obviously, to them continuously, from what I understand, right? So let's fill people in a little bit, because some people don't know the background. This may be the first time they're even hearing, probably unlikely, but hearing about Gentle Giants. So let's fill them in a little bit, if we
All
could.
right, so Gentle Giants was born in June of last year, and we were born because of the urgency of COVID, the crisis that began when the elephant started to have to walk back home to avoid starvation. There was no work, there was nothing else to do, so they really needed to have some people from around the world to start helping out. And our partner and friend, Lek Chailert, she started to, ask the world to please help her. So people started donating and everything, and this is when Gentle Giants was born. And since June 14th, when we launched, we have been able to help 127 elephants. And behind those elephants, we've been able to help hundreds and hundreds of people of their human families. So we've been
Okay,
able to.
let's stop there and just tell everyone that has not been familiar with the story about how you're helping. So maybe Colby can jump in on this one. Uh, talk a little bit about the programs you have and what you're doing to not only change the life of the elephants, but also for the people, if you would.
So we have the Gentle Giant Stay Home Project. So what happened when COVID hit and shut down tourism? Tourism is Thailand's main form of income. So the elephants were out of work, the mahouts were out of work, owners, camp, staff, everybody was out of work. So the elephants had to walk back to their villages where they're originally from. Some have never been there. Some haven't been back in years. And the villages weren't prepared for all these elephants to come home either. The landscape, the environment has changed so much while these elephants have been in captivity at these trekking camps. There's not a lot of forest left for them to roam and graze in. You can't just send them out into the wild because they've been captive elephants. So Gentle Giant Stay Home Project, Diana and I say you can't bring every elephant to sanctuary, but we can bring sanctuary to them. So our goal is to work with the villages, the owners, the mahouts, the communities to keep the elephants chain-free in the forest. We have a sponsorship program that when you sponsor an elephant, it goes towards feeding them and paying the mahouts fair wages. So that is what we've been doing. We've got several villages everywhere. We have some in northern Thailand. We have some in Surin, which are the begging elephants. We have some in the deep, deep, deep forest, which are the logging elephants. Then we just started Gentle Giants Providence, which is in Surin, and we have our first two residents, Moto, who is a 15-year-old mother, and her new baby, Saifa. So this has been a very interesting adventure. We all know that when elephants aren't raised with other elephants, they don't learn certain things. If they're not around their mothers or matriarchs or aunts or nannies, they don't learn certain things. And we all know this, but this has really been the first time that I have actually been experiencing this mother having zero bond with her baby. Now it is improving. They're actually both starting to open up and play more and connect more, but the problem in Surin is there's not that many mahouts because they all were sent home because of COVID, and now they can't come back because all the borders are closed. So we're dealing with several issues: not enough land, not enough mahouts. There are plenty of elephants that need saved, but the other resources aren't readily available. So we're having to get creative and do a lot of behind the scenes work to help take care of these elephants.
Yeah, it seems like you might be able to find some people that would be interested in training to do that.
Yes. Problem is the borders are closed. So
there's no one in the villages that are there? No?
No, because the villages are quite a distance from, well, I guess it depends on location. That's the biggest problem is location. Like where we're located in Surin, there's nobody close that the mahouts went back to their villages in other parts of Thailand. So now they cannot come back to Surin while the borders are closed. So, but we're doing our best, and so we're trying to keep the elephants at least home, those that we can. Those that are camps that didn't have villages that they were sent back to, we're trying to help them as well. You know, we don't want to see any of these elephants. You know, a lot of these elephants have been chained for over a year already.
Oh my God, I can't even believe that. It's just such a horrific idea. It just
It
sickens
is,
me.
but they don't know
Exactly.
what to do with them.
Oh my
They don't
God.
have the mahouts to take them anywhere, you know, and a lot of elephants are now being
Heartbreak.
abandoned and just left to die, which is horrific.
It's horrific, but better than being chained somewhere, being tortured. I mean, God, it's all
Yeah, I
horrific.
don't know what
You
any
know, you know, Lindsay,
Any
the
of it
problem,
isn't any good.
the problem right now is that there was a very, and someone was asking if we are working with Lek Chailert. Not
Yes.
only are we working with her, but she is our partner at Gentle Giants. Yes, absolutely. We work with Lek. Her team and she are the people we have. They are our boots on the ground. They Lek every elephant that has come into Gentle Giants. It is Lek who has brought them to us. It is Lek who tells us, can we help these elephants? Can we not help these elephants? She is the one that absolutely we have a team on the ground, and this team is with Lek. And the first one to let us know who needs help is absolutely Lek. And so, you know, Lek is the one in the front line receiving all the sad news of these elephants being chained and the pictures and people asking for help. And many of them, we just received three elephants, which the roof collapsed on them because the owner was not wanting to ask for help. He had been receiving food from the Lex Food Bank, but he didn't want to ask for additional help for whatever the reason was. And finally, the roof collapsed on the elephants. The elephants were trapped. And the reason they couldn't escape is because there were no mahouts taking care of the elephants. There was one mahout for three elephants, and this poses a great danger for the mahout and for the elephants. You can't control these huge beings with just one person. So the elephants were trapped under the roof. Thankfully, nothing happened to them. But now we have them under our care, and each one has their mahout, and now they're able to roam free. So there are.
Let me just cut in for 1 second and just remind everyone, if you're just tuning in, this is the Action Hour, and we have Gentle Giant nonprofit with us, and they are pleading with you guys, if you possibly can, to make a donation, because the situation, if you're just tuning in, you will hear is very dire. There are a lot of elephants suffering, and the more that they can help, the more donations they get, the more they can help. We'll also be talking about some other ways that you can help, and that would be by sharing out this video and sharing their videos, commenting on their videos on Instagram. And there's also the link tree. Is that what, talk about that for a second?
Absolutely. The link tree is a link, and it's it's called link tree because it has all the ways you can support. So it has all the links of the ways you can support. Right now we have my giving circle, which is absolutely free. You can vote. We are, if we win by votes, then that means that we're going to get a $6,000 grant, and it's free. And you can tell your family and your friends. And the first time you vote, you have to go to your email and you have to verify your email for your vote to count. From there on, you can vote once a week, and you just have to put vote. It says vote submitted, and you're done. It takes 1 second to do, and you're done. So you can tell your family and friends. I have my mother and my brother and my sister and my husband and everyone's email. So now I vote for all of them. I just go because they don't have to do it absolutely anything, and it's free.
Right. And we have to give people the information of how to do it. So if one of you guys can just text it to me, I'll put it up in the comments right now so people have it. Go ahead.
Perfect. We also have, if you're going to be celebrating a birthday, an anniversary, a baby's going to be born, you want a gender reveal, we have Ella cakes. And this is a wonderful way to feed elephants and to show or to, send your loved one a beautiful cake with a message. They write the message on the cake. They are absolutely beautiful. And it starts with $40. You can buy, but I mean, these are gorgeous, well elaborated.
People might not know what you're talking about. The cake does not go to them. It goes to the elephants. right?
Exactly. The
Yeah.
cake goes
So
to the
explain
elephants.
that a little bit more, how much they love them and all that.
Yes, the cake goes to the elephants. Now, if you can click on Ella cake, it's right there. The third one, no, the next one, right there. No,
Ah,
the previous one, that one. Please scroll down. Look, this is an Ella cake that was sent for Lek, Colby, and myself. Look how beautiful it is. It was a thank you cake that one of our beautiful donors, Donna, had made for us. And this cake went to 3 elephants, and they fed, from a beautiful fruit and vegetables and everything. So it takes all the, the people in Thailand or the people at EMP are employed. We give employment with these cakes. So these people are employed thanks to these cakes, and they make the cake. They send you a whole bunch of pictures of the cake and of the elephants eating and a video of whatever message you want. So if you want to send a loved one, say happy anniversary, it's been the best years of our lives, we love you, or if you want to celebrate a new baby coming and revealing its gender through the cake, we can do that as well. You know, whatever you can or you want to do, you can do it with the cake. So that's really a
yeah,
beautiful.
I saw, if everyone was to follow on Instagram, Gentle Giants Nonprofit, I believe is your handle, right? Gentle
Yes.
Giant Nonprofit. If everyone was to follow, you would see every day amazing happy videos of elephants. Let me just, well, I was going to save this for later. I'll just show a picture right now. But I just want you people to see how this organization, these wonderful people take care of these elephants. I have a few happy pictures. Unfortunately, I have a lot of sad, but look at this baby elephant here. Who is this? Colby, who is this? I don't want to keep you in the conversation. I want to forget you're here.
That's our new baby, Saifa. His name means lightning. His mother and him are our first residents at Gentle Giants Providence, and he is the biggest elefish.
Yeah, that's good. I like that.
Navon at EMP has some competition. I've never seen a baby stay underwater as long as he does. And he just loves his little swimming pool. When he first came, he had his head down. He had no light in his eyes at all. His mom was the same. You can tell that they've had a very, very difficult life.
Oh.
Mom's only 15, so she got pregnant at 13. And Lindsay, we've talked about this, that's comparable to human years. She has no idea how to be a mom. I mean, it's sad to see her not bonded with her baby, but now that they're going out and walking in the forest and learning to play, you can see they're starting to develop a bond, which is beautiful to see. This little guy is just as fun as can be.
Oh, he is
Lindsay,
adorable.
Lindsay, we have showed, or you have many pictures of elephants going through horrible situation right now. And these elephants, who you just showed, baby Sci-Fi and his mother, just about 3 or 4 weeks ago, I can't really remember, they were in that same horrible situation. So people say, "Oh my God, this is so sad." This mother and this baby had been chained for more than 1 year in a temple, and this is why they don't have any bond. Many people said, well, the babies normally stay with the mother, but this particular duo, they don't have that mother baby bond. It's like she doesn't see him. It could be just like any woman. If we were raped, maybe we have a baby and we don't have that attachment to the baby. We hadn't seen it this any elephant this affected that really doesn't have the bond with the baby. It's the first time. It's really been a very interesting and at the same time very sad thing to see. But just a few weeks ago, those horrible pictures that we sent you so you could show the situation, they were living in that same situation. And just in these weeks, their lives have changed tremendously.
The
You know,
resilience.
they have blossomed. This baby, I mean, the first thing I told our team in Thailand was, I want the baby to get a tub. And but we had seen the babies enjoy, but this baby is like the love of his life. Like
Oh,
he throws himself in. There's some pictures that I will share with a Gentle Giants family later on. But he just, outside of the tub, and he puts his little trunk and he just looks at it like, oh, I love you so much. And we can have this. We can make this change,
for a
not
lot
for
of
the
elephants.
thousands. I hope we could do it for the thousands and thousands that are asking for help, but we can make this change for many more if we had the funds. If we, and
And
I'm
if
not
there's
asking.
anybody out there, I'm sorry to jump in, but if there's anybody out there that's does fundraising or knows of big institutions that would love to come in and check out this whole organization, they are amazing. They are what, with the little resources they have had, it's amazing what they have done. And if they're just given some more tools, they can do so much more. And that's the message really for today. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I have to
That
jump
is
in.
the message, Lindsay. We can't expect, of course, we can't expect our continuous donors and our supporters themselves to be the ones giving. We have to reach out, and we ask them to reach out to their employers, to their families, to the, we have an excellent donor and supporter that she has reached. She's one of our bull elephant sponsors, and she's a restaurant owner, and she has reached out to other restaurant owners and saying, hey, I'm doing this, you guys should do this. And we already have another restaurant owner that has jumped in. So it's just word of mouth. It's many ways. It's sharing what you say. If they share our posts, if they are able to show people that in just a little time and with little resources, we can change the world for these amazing Gentle Giants. It's really amazing. This one, well, she already died. This is when Lek was touring. She was, I think, if I'm not mistaken, this is in Phuket, and this elephant had just starved to death, and she had already collapsed. She didn't make it. We couldn't reach her. When Lek sent me this picture, I said, let's help her. Let's get her food. Let's get her. And it was too late for her. She was long gone. And this is happening to all of them. Just about 3 or 4 days ago, Lek shared a situation with an elephant called Sumbun. And Sumbun, the flesh is literally falling out of her. It's just coming apart. And the reason for this is because she has been chained in place to the elements. People have no idea. Elephants their skin is very sensitive. So because of the sun and the rain, and she's on her urine and on her feces, this has affected her in a way that she's well, we hope she's able to pull through, but her skin is literally falling off. So if anyone there's no donation that is too small. If we all give a little, we can do so much, so much. And I think we have proven that everything you guys send out, we put it to work with the elephants. I mean, every little donation, we really make it so that the elephants receive what they need to receive. And first is food. First is medicine, if the medical care. Second is food. Shelter is very important. And thank you, Fia.
Yeah, I just want to jump in and say my good friend, Fia Ferreira, who works with a lot of different wildlife organizations. She works for the elephants as well with Wildlife SOS. Thank you so much, Fia. And also, I want to say hi to my niece, Sydney Faye, who came on and gave us support. Thank you, Sydney. It means so much. Family members, friends, come on, support us, share the link. What you're doing, it has a huge snowballing effect. So we thank you so much. Go ahead. I'm sorry, Diana. And Colby, jump in whenever you want.
I did want to say that, so at Gentle Giant Providence, we can have approximately 20 elephants, and we have 2. So we have the room. We just have to get the funding. We have corporate sponsorships. that if someone donates a certain amount of money, and this is all on our website, or they can email us if they have questions, but we will feature you on our website. And when we feature you on our website under the sponsor recognition page, we link your logo to wherever you want. If it's your Facebook page or your company's website, we do that for a year. So, you know, we want to help other people because we know COVID has affected, you know, people everywhere. So our whole goal is to help give back to whoever we can, especially to those who are giving to us. So if you guys get a chance or anybody wants other information, just go check out the sponsor recognition page on our website.
If
Right.
you want, Lindsey, you could scroll back up, and where it says more, it really shows, go more, and it says sponsor recognition page. If you can scroll down there. And now you can scroll down, and this is everyone that walks with us is there. So you see Tina is one of our elephant angels. She has sponsored all of our herd. She has all of the elephants. Niru is another elephant angel. Lalu Lane is our Elizabeth Palmer, who, you know, please scroll down a little bit. These are elephant angels. Scroll down a little bit more. And now we have the matriarch elephant sponsors. So this is like for $500, they get their name, and they could do in memory of whatever they want on their badge or their logo. That is for matriarchs. And if you go down, these don't get their website, but if you go down, we have Tim's. It's a restaurant. From Jonah, and if you were to click on it, it takes you to either their Facebook page or whatever in honor of, you know, Palmer is there. This is Coles Point Marina. You know, they are the ones that are bull sponsors, and they have their restaurant website there if they want. So, you know, there are many, many, many ways to support us, and in different amounts. People could donate from whatever is, you know, their capacity to whatever they can. So there are many ways to support us and many ways to walk with us.
Yes, absolutely. And you had a T-shirt, or
yes.
a hoodie.
A hoodie. I love my hoodie. And she also, this is Jonah, our supporter. Look
Another
at
way
this.
to help, right? You can buy a hoodie.
This is, and this is the back. This is where the hoodie is, and this would be the front. She has all sorts of colors. It's beautiful. I love it. I haven't been able to wear it. I wore it just once because it's too hot right now. But she will put up the, you know, the email if someone wants to order it. She donates 100% of the proceeds to Gentle Giants. She also has gorgeous T-shirts, all kinds of colors. You know, and it's great quality. I love it because it's fit. In my case, I like for things to be fit, but you know, you could get whatever shape and size you wish. So it's, you know, there are many, many ways to support that we can help change the lives of these Gentle Giants suffering. We want to get them off chains. At the minimum, what we want and our goal is to get them off chains and living with dignity, you know, and
it helps the mahouts as well and the villagers, because you're teaching them. Also, we haven't talked about, whoever wants to take this one, that you're actually teaching them how to plant things and grow food, and that's so important.
Absolutely.
For the villagers. I mean, that could be life-changing for them. That is life-changing.
Absolutely. I think COVID, since we launched Gentle Giants in June of last year, it's given really a great opportunity to the mahouts, not only to realize the situation, how vulnerable it is, that they were only depending on the elephants to survive. Anything, like, no one was expecting this to happen, and this happened, and now they are starving. But two great things have come out of it as well, because many of them have learned different activities. Many of them now do their own crafts to sell. Many of them are planting rice. Many of them are growing grass. And in the deep, deep, deep jungle, what they're doing is that they are sharing food. Some grow the grass, some plant the pineapple, some whatever, and they're learning to exchange the food. And another thing is that they are very shocked and surprised that people are loving just being able to see these elephants so happy and walking and roaming, and they're like, what do you mean you don't need to be on their back to want to give me money? I'm receiving money just because I'm letting an elephant be happy and play and be, and roam free. So it's really an eye opener for them as well. I think they're very surprised that this is happening, that people will support them, just letting
And it is true that some people say, well, why would we help the mahouts? Well, everybody's at their stage of awareness on certain things. People are raised differently depending on where they're born. Everybody's life situation is different. So we can't judge people. Instead, we want to lift them up. So by helping the animals, you're helping them, you're helping the environment. We know how important the elephants are to the wilderness, to the natural habitat. We know that fires start whenever any wild animals are killed or brought close to extinction. We burst into flames because it's the wrong thing to do. We all know what's right and what's wrong. We do.
Exactly. And I don't know if Colbs wants to speak about elephants being a keystone species. We need them. It's not only that they're beautiful and big and gray and they're absolutely enchanting, is that the world needs elephants to continue being this beautiful world that it is. Colbs, I don't know if you want to address this.
So, the logging industry destroyed much of northern Thailand's forests, completely wiped them out. They're still struggling to come back. By placing the elephants back into the forest, because they are a keystone species, we're helping to reforest or regenerate the forests, because they carry seeds, and then when they poop, the seeds grow, and it creates it's incredible, the whole web of life. So there are little frogs that live in the elephant's footprints when the water collects.
That's so amazing.
So when those are gone, the frogs disappear, and then the things that eat the frogs disappear, and then things will start coming back. You'll start to see more wildlife. You'll start to see more vegetation. There have been places that they have reforested that are just gorgeous. I mean, the vegetation in Thailand is amazing.
Yeah.
The flowers, the bamboo, the banana trees, everything. So by returning the elephants, we're not only helping the forest, but we're also helping the climate and the environment, which is extremely important right now.
And other species.
Other species. We're all one. We're all connected. We're helping ourselves. If we hurt others, we're really hurting ourselves.
Exactly.
So
in the end,
end ourselves.
Yeah, and eventually we're going to be out of here. And the younger generations, I don't blame them for being so disdainful to older generations, because look what we've done. Look what we left for them.
Yes.
We need to clean up our mess.
We do, absolutely we do. And we need to leave the arrogance aside, thinking that we are the only ones that should be walking the earth and enjoying it, and enjoying family and freedom. I think that we have to remember now, just people ask us how are baby elephants compared to human babies, and they're compared completely. You can compare them because they're very, very similar. The way they behave, that they depend on their mother. Absolutely, they depend on their mother for hygiene, to survive, to nurse, to live.
For how long do they depend on the mother normally?
They depend on their mother until they're about 5 years old to be able to survive, just like a human baby. And from there on, the herd is going to be taking care of them, because just like a human baby, they are unaware of the dangers that are around them. They're not fully aware of this. And I have said this before, we can't hope to be next to a baby elephant, because baby elephants, just like human babies, when they get startled or scared, they start running to look for the safety of the mother. And if they were to bump into a human, they can kill you in an instant. They are 600, 700 pounds heavy. They're 200 pounds when they are born. So imagine when they're 2 or 3 years old, they're already 600 pounds, 700 pounds. Boys will run and boys will be naughtier normally than the girls. So we just have to show them respect. And the same thing with grieving. A mother who loses her child will grieve as much as a human mother losing her child. It's no different. We need to understand this, and we need to be able to show them love and respect. And if we love them, we have to love them from afar and respect them. So, ethical tourism is something that once COVID
Yeah,
is
I want to
gone.
just jump in, Diana, and thank a couple of people that are tuning in every week. Tom Vincel. I wanted to thank Tom. You're just amazing. And all the other people that are commenting, Joanna Champion Brandt, Leslie Randall. We mentioned Thea. We mentioned my niece, Sydney Faye. No, we didn't mention her name, but anyway. And we've got so many people commenting here. If anyone has any questions for these ladies, if there's something we've gone over that you don't understand, because I know some of the you were talking about, you did explain about a seed species, I think you said it was, or
A
keystone species. Yeah, but I do want to get a couple more questions out and cover tonight. Like, you wanted to talk about how much work goes into sponsoring an elephant. That's one thing we do want to get out to people. You want to talk about that, like getting an elephant, not sponsoring, but getting an elephant from saving it to getting it to sanctuary, how difficult that is. You wanted to address that.
Yes.
And
Actually,
but go ahead with that for now.
what I wanted to is give a shout out to all our
Right.
fellow advocates, and which is right now I'll just name a few, which are LEAP and Guardian Angels of Los Angeles, and Abriendo Mentes y Abriendo Jaulas. This is from Mexico. I want to give a shout out because we have to realize that from the moment all of these advocates, and I've been a part of, and so has Colby, of advocating for an elephant that is in a zoo or in a similar situation, and it takes years. And the most recent and most famous case is recently Kavan. We were advocating for him for 5 years, so it's such a long stretch and so much work and heavy lifting and sweat and tears and many nights of not sleeping. It takes years for an elephant to reach sanctuary. And this is something that I really want to give a shout out to these three organizations, or these three advocate groups, because Leaf has been working to free Lucy for years and years, and they rally. You and I were just also rallying for Billy, for Elephant Guardians of Los Angeles. David Castleman was there. David and I worked in Kavan's case for 5 years. And Abriendo Jaulas y Abriendo Mentes in Mexico is advocating for Ellie, and they have been working, I think, for about 5 years as well to try to free her. So I want everyone out there, and I really want to send my love and my support, and I want them to know that Gentle Giant stands with all of these organizations in support of what they do and recognition of their hard work and all of the time. This is selfless people that dedicate time. Like in our case with Come On, it was hours and hours and hours and years that it takes from our families, it takes from our jobs, it takes from our life, it takes from our weekends. We don't stop, and we go and we go. And I know that this is for everyone as well. So, many people say, oh, this elephant, and I'm going to give the example of Kavan, reached sanctuary. But for him to reach sanctuary, it was the group that led the way, which was Team Kavan in this case, and all the advocates that were there to lend their support, their love. They were the ones that tweeted, that sent letters, that stood with us. And in Elephant Guardians of Los Angeles, like we went and we rallied for them. You know, they're leading the way, and we stand with them, and we support whatever movement they do. Same with Leap. So
If
to
you're
all
just
our
tuning in, I want to just let you know that this is the Action Hour, and I'm here with Diana Munoz and Colby Steiner on the telephone, and we are looking at pictures here of elephants that are in dire need of being rescued, and these ladies can do that if they get your help. Now, people are in the comments are saying, where do we go for help? It's right up there, gentlegiants.org, donate. And then Diana, if you want to jump in here and just tell me what the link tree, I'll type it in.
the link tree, it's link. I already sent it to you by, if you want me to.
Just say it now though, quickly.
Link and tr.ee/Gentle Giants Nonprofit.
Okay, great. I'll put that up right now. So
Yes.
you could go ahead and keep going on about we were talking about the ethical tourism, and you do want to talk about that for a moment. So go ahead.
Well, let's let Colby. Colbs, do you want to jump in with ethical tourism?
Yeah, but first I want to go back to the rescuing just really quick. So, you know, you spend years and years and years working to get these elephants to sanctuary, and then they're brought to sanctuary and everybody's like, woo, yay. But it doesn't stop there. These elephants have atrophied muscles, they have poor nutrition, they have bad digestive systems, they have heart conditions, they have feet problems. You know, years of captivity, of standing on hard ground in their own species, being chained, no stimulation, no companionship. When they get to sanctuary, that's when the true care really begins. And you know, people can be very critical and say, oh, well, that elephant, you know, it looks horrible. Well, yeah, you know, 40 years in captivity, they have a tremendous amount of ailing health problems and psychological problems. So you can't end the care once they get to sanctuary. It's a lifetime until those elephants pass away of a lot of care that requires a lot of funding. So, you know, I want people to understand that it's wonderful every time we get a rescue. It's so heartwarming and joyful, but that's not where our job ends. Right. You know, we have to continue to take care of this elephant the rest of their life. Yes. And many of them have problems from captivity that aren't from sanctuary, and people, you know, elephants will be in sanctuary and people will criticize how their health is, but that's not from sanctuary, that's from captivity, and people need to understand how horrible. It's like us being quarantined, Lindsey, but we still have the comforts of our home, we have our phones, our computers, our TV, we can interact with people. We can choose what we want to eat, and then we cry, oh, boo-hoo, we have to stay home. Well, imagine not having any of those choices and living in some barren concrete pit of a enclosure your entire life. You know, it's like a human being in solitary confinement. It will make a human literally become psychotic. And so these elephants are incredibly resilient, but we still have to care for them. Yeah. We can't say, okay, we rescued them, now we're done.
And, you know, to finish off with that topic, thankfully, because we worked on Kavan's case, we have at Gentle Giants, we have him in our sponsorship program because he continues needing to be fed and he continues needing his mahouts. So if anyone is interested in making him part of your family, we have him there every month. We have been able to send for his care, and we're proud and happy to be able to continue supporting Kavan, not only throughout the journey of getting him to sanctuary, but now that once he's in sanctuary, we continue supporting him. That really is something that makes us very happy. Now,
go ahead.
I was just going to ask, change subject a little bit. How much of the tourism has come back so far?
Zero.
Not much. Well, that's a good thing, right?
So that's why they're either selling them across the border to Myanmar, where they're in logging, or they're taking them to temples where they're chained all day long and all night. Some of them are going back to the streets to begging. So yes and no. We still have a huge opportunity to change the way tourists think, but we still have the problem of what to do with those elephants who are still being exploited and are suffering, you know. So we all know eventually tourism will resume. And how it changes is really up to the tourists. The tourists hold the key to changing all of this. If they would just realize by saying no to touching the elephants, riding them, bathing with them, watching them paint pictures, do stupid circus tricks, you know, all of that stuff, if they wouldn't support those venues and only go to those places where you can watch from afar, where you can see the elephants in their natural habitat, you know, it would all end. Tourists really could stop it, you know, as soon as the borders open.
Exactly. If we
And
all
that's
respect it,
what we want people to help do is get the word out by sharing out this video, by following Gentle Giants on Instagram. Gentle Giants at Gentle Giants Nonprofit. By the way, my handle on Instagram is at Action Hour TV, and all of these stories are posted afterwards there. So we continue to spread the word. I continue after I do the show, and I'm asking you to join me. I continue with all my guests. I take their material from the show and I share it out in little clips on multiple platforms. And if you guys would do a little of that, let's say you can't afford this week or this month to donate, share out these stories, take a clip of the pictures of the elephants or whatever you feel in your heart. Put it out there. It's going to help them so much. Be sure to tag Gentle Giants Nonprofit.
And they can, you know, everyone can see how incredibly happy the gentle ones that we are helping are. You know, they are just so thankfully they're oblivious to what's happening around them, meaning that they are completely protected. And we are like Mama Octopus. We have gentle ones in all corners of Thailand. Wherever we have been needed, we are there. In the north, in the south, in the east, and the west. We have a whole bunch of elephants that, you know, groups of elephants that we have been able to rescue and keep safe until now. And our intention is to keep them as safe even after COVID. You know, we continue working with these owners so that they don't go back to what it was. And we continue trying to show them better ways. And will we lose some? I hope not, but we can. And but one thing that is we have in our hearts right now, and that is for all of the people that are working with us and walking with us, is that for 18 months we have given these beautiful gentle ones a beautiful life that they had no idea they could have. And that is something that will never be taken away from them. You know, the babies have been growing up nice and healthy, and the babies are all plump and round, and the mothers are happy. And we've given that to them.
That's great.
Yeah.
I want to give you each 5 minutes. We have 10 minutes left. I'm going to give Colby first, the first 5 minutes. Anything you want to say that you haven't had a chance to say, and then Diana, it's all yours for the final.
One thing I wanted to touch on is, you know, we also are helping numerous saddle off programs. Saddle off programs are ethical programs that have been started before COVID hit, and they rely on tourism. But
What's saddle off? Explain that too.
Saddle off means they're no longer trekking elephants. They no longer give rides. They no longer have the saddle on them.
Hey.
They are, you know, out in the open, grazing and roaming and enjoying their freedom. However, they are still needing help because they have no tourism. So we're jumping in. You know, to help them the best we can until they're able to get back on their feet. We do have one group right now who does not have shelters and enclosures to allow the elephants to be chain free at night. And so that is something that we really hope to help them with. Again, it's on funding. You know, everything down to the enrichment for the tires and the balls and the swimming pools and the extra fruit and vegetables. It's all about funding. And, you know, we're doing very well because we're such a small organization and we have only been going for a little over a year. But again, all I can do is say, please share. Share to groups you belong to. You know, talk about it at your church. If your company has a charity program, discuss it there. Talk to your friends and family about it. You never know who's going to talk to who, and you know how it's going to help these elephants. And it's the reward comes in seeing the happy faces and the bright shiny eyes and the squeaks and the rumbles and the trumpeting and the, you know, it really fills your heart with joy, and it is so rewarding.
Wow, that's well said. Diana, your turn. We have 2 minutes left. Go ahead.
My turn. Okay, so I do want to explain something that comes up very often, and people are always, oh my God, they have a chain around their neck. Elephants under our project do not have a chain around their neck. They have a rope around their neck with a bell, and this is the reason why. Elephants are extremely quiet. They could actually, if you're in the forest, an elephant could walk right up to you and you didn't, you know, they were coming. Even though they're that huge, they're silent. So they have to, the mahout has to have that rope around their neck that doesn't hurt them at all. It's not for anything else. And with the bell, they can hear where the elephant is so that they can find the elephant easily. And it's just for their own safety and for the mahout's safety as well. Because in the deep forest, they could run into wild elephants and they could run into other captive elephants. So they have to be, all of them have to know where is who at all times. That is one thing I want to say. Another thing I want to say is please, once COVID is gone, refuse to take part in any kind of exploitation to these gentle ones. I think, like I said, all the elephant owners have come to realize that people are very willing to support them if they give their elephants a good life. And we must continue that message. And it must be a very clear and concise message, which is we will not support you in any way if you are exploiting or hurting or chaining these elephants. That has to be a continuous message. The message has to be, if you treat your elephant with love, kindness, compassion, and allow this amazing sentient being to be free, to roam, and to walk as they please, I'm willing to help you financially. This is what Gentle Giants has been trying to teach the mahouts and the elephant owners for all of this time, for those who want to continue in the elephant business. And that is on all tourists to continue with our message once COVID is gone. And for now, if anyone is willing or able to donate so we can bring more elephants off chains and to our under our protection to give them the best life that we can give them, please do. I promise you, you've seen it. We keep our promise. We will change lives and we will unchain more elephants if you're able to help us. So if you can, $5, if you can, 5,000 or 5 million, welcome. That would be just fabulous. But, you know, all of us can chip in, and no donation is too small. And every donation goes very far, and every help, share, talk, word of mouth, spread the word. And even education is even more important than anything else. Educate other people on the suffering elephants endure because we want to take a picture with them. Do not say, I want a picture with a baby elephant. Say, I want the baby elephant with his or her mother the way it should be. I want that baby elephant to actually be happy and protected and loved. And I want that mother to be able to enjoy her motherhood. And for those sisters and aunts to enjoy them as, giving their love to their little one. Let's not take from these gentle ones what we don't want anyone to take from us. Empathy, please.
Yes, empathy, please. Did we show the clip of the baby? And I'll show it. All of them. We were just saying to Colby, because she was the only one that could be heard, but I could hear her, that this is the way we want to see them. This is a great way to leave it. We want this for all of them, and it's possible with your help. And we have the link tree up now. That's the best place to go because you have so many choices of ways you can help.
Yes. Thank you so much, Lindsey, for having us. It's really a pleasure.
Oh, my pleasure. And we're down to the last couple seconds. So we do stay within our time, and we got that accomplished. I want to thank you, ladies. I'm sorry, Colby, you couldn't be here in person. We had a little technical difficulties, but I think you got to get your message out just the same. We didn't get to see your beautiful face, unfortunately, but next time.
Yes.
Next time.
Okay, folks, we'll see you next.
Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I'll see you on Saturday. I have another show on Saturday, very interesting show coming up, and more shows in the future. So please stay tuned for the Action Hour. Catch you later. Bye.
Bye.